Hi, hello, and welcome to Simbly Chumma. And today we are going to talk about today's match RCB with SRH. But before that, we will go and check out what happened to yesterday's match. Today's match is in Abu Dhabi, October 6th, and this is match number 52. Let's get on with yesterday's match, and that is MI with RR. MI won by 8 wickets and 70 balls to spare. It was a clinical victory by MI. It has been long since they showed this authority. This it was a comprehensive victory by MI. Something which we are used to seeing in last year's IPL. The way they dominated the opponent. So after that, we are seeing it this time, and it was exceptional. Exceptional bowling. And first, I mean, they changed the team a bit. There's a big risk, calculated risk of taking out Quinton de Kock, who usually is who is the highest run getter for MI in the last five, 6 matches. They took him out. They brought Ishan Kishan, and instead of Quinton de Kock, they brought Jimmy Neesham, and it was magic. I mean, if they had changed it a little before, I mean, you can never talk about all those things, the permutation combination. But it worked really well for them. And Jimmy Neesham produced a superb 4 overs, 3 wicket haul. Quinton de Kock, Coulter who was actually afraid whether he'll actually um, get a bidding this time around, was bought by MI once again. And that very day, I remember he was thrashed in Big Bash League, if I'm not wrong. And he was actually in whether it will happen or not, whether he will get a match or not. He got a match, and how well he bowled. 4 overs, 4 wickets, 12 runs, unbelievable. Bumrah was spectacular as well. Bolt was the only one who was unable to take some wickets, uh, but still, the rest of them played exceptionally well. The rest of the bowlers bowled brilliantly, uh, and it was RR. I thought at least there will be some fight. At least it will reach 14, 15 overs. But before 9 overs, the match getting finished, uh, that was big, big bad news for RR. Uh, let's talk about MI with RR memes. Mumbai Indians fans finally are letting go of the uh, calculator, but actually they do have to use the calculator even more now. There are a lot of permutation combinations. If MI has to definitely get into the playoffs, there is one simple thing where KKR loses their next match and MI actually wins the next match. If that happens, then MI gets into the playoffs. Uh, but if KKR wins the next match, that means then MI has to win by a big, huge margin. If the that permutation combination, they definitely need some calculator. MI fans finally can actually sleep with a smile on their face. That is definitely they did have it yesterday. We have always talked about Rajasthan Royals Twitter handle, exceptional Twitter handle, and seeing NC and Nisham supposedly Rajasthan Royal teams are saying ये तो पूरे सीन की वाट लगा देगा. This is लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई is reference. Uh, I'm sorry for the Hindi. Sharjah pitch in IPL 2021 expectation is like Saif Ali Khan, or the reality is Saif Ali Khan look like. Mumbai Indians back to their form. So MI chased target of 91 runs in 8.2 overs. I think you would have seen this movie. It's actually a Tamil movie called Marudamalai. I think you would have seen it in. the Hindi dub as well. It is coming. It is always there in Sony. The comedy is really good. So they've utilized that comedy here. The other teams are extremely surprised to see that MI is fresh and coming as an inspector after being a hospital all this while. Uh, CSK fans took RR after watching the batting. मुझे क्यों तोड़ा? Like, why did you break me? When you're playing like this, it's funny. Anyways, this is the points table. DC and CSK are at the top. RCB, just check out KKR and MI. There's a huge gap between the net run rate. That is the only problem MI will face. But they are together. So if KKR loses the next match and MI wins the next match, it's just definitely going to be um, MI getting inside. But if KKR wins the next match, so almost 90% KKR through. There is a 10% chance, and MI have done it before. They have chased one target, if I'm not 190 odd in 12 overs or something. They have chased such a target and got into the playoffs. So if anyone can get inside the playoffs, beating the net run rate, MI is one of the primary contenders. RCB is SRH. Team news. There's not much information. What we are actually, there is a few rumor mills going around saying that Williamson might actually sit out and Warner can take his place. Never know whether it's right. Uh, let's talk about the recent form. Royal Challenge Bangalore is coming from a three or a victory spree, three win spree. Uh, Sunrise Hyderabad has lost most of the matches, so unfortunately, it's a very bad season for them. Two losses in a two matches they have lost in a row, and winning just one in their last five matches. Decent form by batsmen. Royal Challenge Bangalore. Glenn Maxwell is in superb form, 184 averages, 46. Burisman Saha for Sunrise Hyderabad has taken 111 runs, and that is their best batsman. 111 runs in five matches, 22.2 average. Recent form by bowlers. Top wicket takers in the last five matches. Chahal, 10 wickets he has taken for. Jason Holder has taken 8 wickets. Chahal has been exceptional in the UAE leg. Uh, and Jason Holder has taken 8 wickets in 7. He's also been good, really good for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Maybe one of the few silver linings of Sunrisers Hyderabad's campaign this year. Head-to-head history by team, Sunrisers Hyderabad and Bangalore have faced each other 19 times, and Hyderabad has an advantage of winning 10 matches to 8. One has been no result. Head-to-head batting first, RCB wins 4 matches to 5 matches for SRH, and batting second is similar. Head-to-head in last 5 years, 6 matches are won by Sunrisers Hyderabad to 3 Royal Challenge Bangalore. So there is a big advantage for Sunrisers Hyderabad when they are playing against RCB. Let's talk about head-to-head history by players. You can see that not many are they don't have an exceptional record against the SRH. Kohli and ABD are really good, but not exceptional as they are with other teams. Kohli against SRH bowlers 37.60 is average and strike rate is 137. It's good. It is a good average and good strike rate. ABD has a 33.13 average. The strike rate is good at 154. Maxwell's strike rate is good, but average is not. Devdutt doesn't have he doesn't have a good history against SRH bowlers. Let's talk about SRH batsmen against RCB. Again, Williamson and Warner have just check out their average, exceptional average against RCB. And strike rate is 163 for Warner and 139, almost 140 for Williamson. Both are exceptional records. So I will personally think that if Jason Roy should not, if uh, Jason Roy will not be there, Jason Roy, if is different in SRH team, I think Williamson should sit down and give Warner one more chance. Um, because or else you have to leave out Holder, who's one of your best bowlers in this IPL, and Rashid Khan, who's again has been exceptional but is unable to take wickets. That is the only thing for our Rashid. Manish and Saha has not been very fluent against his RCB team. Let's talk about RCB bowlers against SRH. The best is actually Suraj. 6 matches, 8 wickets, 21.38 average, and 8.14 economy, which is really good. Chahal, I usually think that a little less than if it doesn't touch 8, it's actually good. But still, 8.14 is not bad at all because he mostly bowls in the power play as well as in the death. So 8.14, he's just getting better and better, Siraj. Chahal, 15 matches, 16 wickets, 27.19. SRH batsmen are actually very good with spin. So he doesn't have a very good average, but economy is actually 8, less than 8 is good. Let's talk about SRH bowlers against RCB. Sardeep, 15 matches, 23 wickets, 18.22. Very good average. Holder, 12.72 average because last 4 matches he has taken 8 wickets against RCB. 7.85 is his economy rate. Rashid has not given much, 7.17 economy rate, but average is 25.80. 9 innings, 10 wickets. So exceptional. It's good, not exceptional. Good. For a bowler, you usually expect a little less than 20 average and economy of around 7 to 7.5. Less than 8 was okay. Um, so Rashid, we expected him to have an economy rate of less than 7. Bhuvi, 7.79, a little more than what he would want to give, and average is also quite high. Let's talk about the ground info. In Abu Dhabi, the first batting score is actually 153, and highest score chased is 196. Pace um, gets 70%, almost 70% of all the wickets, and spin has 30% of all the wickets in the last 3 years. So do select the paces more than spin. And in Abu Dhabi, the last match that we saw that after after being a little sticky at the start, it just flattens out, becomes a batting paradise. When we saw CSK versus RR, and if that is true, people they will definitely team batting second do have an advantage. So RCB will like to bat second and would like to stamp their authority and get inside the would want to have a one more win and come close to number one or number two spot. Best batsman from either sides in the ground. Um, you can see that Kane Williamson has a 62.33 average here. Tim David is good in this ground, so is David Padikar. Rashid Khan has the best most wickets here. 11 matches, 16 wickets. Chahal has 7 matches, 10 wickets. Mohammad Siraj is good, 5 matches, 8 wickets. With Natarajan come back, hopefully his quarantine should have been over by now. Vijay Shankar's quarantine should have been over by now as well. Average risk economy for bowlers, leg break bowlers uh, are best here. They get most wickets and uh, so that means that Chahal do have an advantage in this round. Fast is next, who gets a lot of wickets, but might be a little more expensive. And medium pacers are next, who get more wickets, but are very expensive. Let's talk about the last five matches for the two teams in this round. Actually, uh, RCB in this stadium it has not been a good hunting ground for RCB. In seven matches here, they have won just two matches. Highest score is 164, lowest score is 70, average total is 122, and run rate is 6.73. For SRH, this has been a great ground as well. In six matches, they have won two matches, highest being 172, lowest being 132, average is 132, and run rate is 7.55. I think a lowest score is a little less, as well as the average will be on the same of the lowest. But I think lowest is 122 if I'm not wrong, and then average is 132. 7.55 is the net run rate. A run rate that SRH usually scores in this round. So when you see this, definitely there is an advantage for the SRH. Stat Central, Williamson in IPL 2021 power play, 58 runs, dismissed once, 58 average, strike rate 101. In middle overs, four time dismissed, 29 average, strike rate 100. Williamson just hasn't been able to score quickly at all this year. That has been a problem for SRH. Chahal in IPL 2021 in the India leg when the matches were played in India, he has taken four wickets. Average is 47.5, economy is 8.26. And then in UAE leg, just see his stats. Wickets, 10 wickets, average is 10.7, and economy rate is 5.94. Chahal has turned it on in this second phase of this IPL in a big way. Maxwell in 2020 has taken 66 runs and dismissed seven times, average is 9.42, and strike rate is 85.71 in middle overs in IPL 2020. But in IPL 2021 middle overs, he has hit 256, 200 runs more. Dismissed just five times, average is 53.2 and a strike rate of 133.66. Maxwell's transformation is in RCB this year has been nothing short of extraordinary. Matchups: Sahel versus SRH batsman. With Saha, he has been very effective. 38 balls, 46 runs, two wickets, so 23 as an average. Jason Roy, 60 balls, 89 runs, and four times dismissed. He has an average of around 22. Williamson has an average of more than 30 against Chahal, but strike rate is just 115. Holder in five balls has hit nine runs and hasn't been dismissed yet. Rashid Khan against the RCB batsman. Kohli has a 21 average and strike rate is 87.5 against Rashid Khan. ABD uh, um, has an average of more than 30 and strike rate of 155. Actually good against Rashid Khan. Maxwell has an average of 47 against Rashid Khan, but hasn't been very effective. Strike rate is 88.67. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar against RCB batsman. Kohli has 35 average and strike rate is 120.68. Decent against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. ABD has been exceptional against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. 37 as his average and 157.54 is best. Is how he hits against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Maxwell is not very efficient against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as well. 11 is his average and 81.48 is his strike rate. Let's talk about the purple cap not winner, the person who's having the purple cap right now, Harshal Patel, um, against the SRH batsman, Saha, three balls, eight runs, and one time dismissed, 266 is the strike rate. Not much of a data to go by. 13 balls, nine runs. Hasn't been Williamson hasn't played well against Harshal Patel. Against four balls, four runs, and four balls, six runs. We don't have enough data against Harshal Patel, but still, I think uh, he hasn't given that three runs to everyone. It has been very easy to um, hit. Uh, the SRH batsman is unable to hit to Harshal Patel. That is a underlying thing. Let's talk about a few other interesting matchups. Holder versus Maxwell. Um, 18 balls, 26 runs has been dismissed once. Holder versus Kohli. Holder has bowled 31 balls to Kohli, 58 runs he has hit and been dismissed twice. So 29 average for Kohli against Holder. Probable playing 11. Um, there might be few changes. I assume few changes for SRH. The RCB, I think, most probably will not change this playing 11. Maybe Kyle Jamieson can come for Garton, but Garton was good in last match. Change of plan. Dan Christian has been lucky for RCB, but they can think about trying out Chamira, who can be a great asset in these conditions before the playoffs. And or else instead of Chamira, they can actually bring in Kyle Jamieson and Garton in the same match. But I would suggest bringing in Chamira so that they know exactly how he's bowling in these conditions and can be a big asset in the playoffs. Change of plan for SRH. SRH can think about bringing back Warner and sitting out Williamson. That is the only change of plan that I can actually suggest to SRH. For fantasy tips, tip of the day, always pin your hopes on all-rounder. All-rounder who's bound to bowl his quota of overs and bat higher always has more chance to giving you more points. Like, let's say, Stoinis is definitely going to give you more points than any other all-rounder. So think about which all-rounder is definitely going to bowl, and then you decide. When you compare a Dan Christie, who's an all-rounder, to Stoinis, who will you go for? You'll definitely go for Stoinis, right? Let's talk about Washington Sundar and Stoinis. We'll still go for Stoinis. Washington Sundar will definitely bowl his quota of bowler overs, but will he bat? And even if he bats, will he bat the same way as Stoinis? This is the questions that you need to answer and come up with your fantasy 11. Let's talk about Simbly Chumma's fantasy 11 prediction. SRH will surely give their best with the ball, but they are misfiring with the bat. That's the big problem this year. They might be thinking of giving chance to a few more players, few newcomers who are in the bench. Expect RCB victory. But please wait till the toss for finalizing your team because I'm expecting huge changes for SRH team. But my Dream 11 pick, if RCB is uh, batting first, Vridhaman Saha, De Villiers will be captain, Virat Kohli will be vice captain, Jason Roy can also be an option for vice captain or captain. They have the Padikkal, Samad, Jason Holder, Shahbaz Ahmed, Harshal Patel, Rashid Khan, and Mohammad Siraj. If RCB is bowling first, change Harshal Patel as the captain and make Virat Kohli as the vice captain. I have not selected Maxwell here because of the law of averages. He has hit three half centuries in a row, and there is bound to be a bad batch coming soon. So, how many times have you seen a player hit four half centuries in a row? That's why I've not selected. There is a possibility. I'm not saying there's not a possibility. But if you take the law of averages, the number of times it has happened would be in T20 uh, will be like 3% or 4%. So why would you go for something which is extremely low? So that's why the laws of average can be accounted here. That's why I've not taken Maxwell. A big thanks to Mad About Sports, who is a cricket analysis company, who are actually doing a workshop and courses on cricket analysis. And I've been part of that group. I'm studying to make Simbly Chumma a lot better. Naman Agarwal has been helping us with few stats to help me with compiling um, this video for you with all this big stats. Thank you, Naman Agarwal, who is a cricket analyst as well he's a student of Mad About Sports first, and then he is now a cricket analyst. So if you are interested in becoming a cricket analyst and want to attend the course, please check out Mad About Sports in their website, which is in the description below. So thank you so much. And please, Fantasy 11, make informed decision. Get all the data. That's why I'm giving you all this data. Get the data and just select properly. Do not copy others 11. That is not how this works. Go by infusion, and you will do fine. And betting can be very addictive. Please use it as a one-off thing, just to play around, just to have fun, play with your friends, check out what their points are, and play like that than put in a lot of money and maybe losing or not. I mean, you never know, like what happened yesterday. You never thought that this match was going to be a 9 over match, isn't it? So please be careful. So thank you so much for attending this. I'll see you soon tomorrow with tomorrow's double header. Bye bye.